Welcome, all you amazing people, to our Aries full moon reading. The Aries full moon is going to be reaching its fullest on October 20th, around 8:56 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So wherever you're at in the world, you can adjust for that, because that's going to be at the very climax of all the energies. This is an Aries full moon, so you got all that fiery energy of Aries being a fire sign, and then multiply that times the regular, just huge energy of a full moon, and you've got Shazam! You got all this energy coming in, a lot of energy. Of course, with a full moon and with all this amplification, emotions are also going to be amplified in a huge way. So just know whatever emotion that you're focusing on, and whatever emotion you choose during that time, you're going to feel it in a big way. But it's wonderful. I mean, you can feel the energy up to a week before the full moon, up to a week or so after the full moon. The more closer we get to the full moon, the more intense it is, the more dreams you're going to have, so you're going to feel all that. So if you feel out of sorts, just look up at the sky and go, the full moon. That is why my emotions are feeling very, expanded. What's great too is we had 2 full moons in a row in Aquarius in July and August, and then we just had a full moon in Pisces last month. So that had us all on this track of dreamy times, and then we followed that up with the energy of the Pisces full moon, which was about putting some practical plans to those dreams. So putting some plans around the steps towards that dream. And now we have all this blast of energy that we can use and focus it onto those steps. However, it's always a however, right? Also keep in mind that moving from Pisces to Aries, we're ending the cycle of the zodiac signs. We reach the end of Pisces and we're moving in to the beginning again with Aries. And so this might bring some new awareness, and it might cause you to desire to make revisions to the dream, make revisions to the plan. So you might alter your path a little bit, and that's totally okay. So if you feel that energy of wanting to switch things up, don't resist that, because it is part of this beautiful energy that will help you with all of that. Now, the last new moon we had in Aries was back on April 11th of this year, and that was a time of taking action on things. So when you look back around April 11th and see what was going on around that time, what kind of actions you did initiate, because now is also the time to reevaluate. You plant seeds and everything with a new moon. It grows into the harvest of the full moon. And then as you wane away from that to head back towards a new moon again, in that whole cycle of Aries new moon to Aries full moon, back to Aries new moon, it's like 6 months between a new moon and a full moon in the sign, and then back again. So, this moving away from the full moon will be a time where you're also going to be looking at what you're ready to let go of. So, there's all of this reevaluation type of energy coming with this full moon, because of the ending of that big cycle of Aries to Pisces and going back into Aries again, as well as the full moon. You're reaching the climax of the full moon and headed backward. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a reading for each sign, and the question we're kind of going to look at is, what can you reevaluate? But really, I really feel like with all this energy, it's where can you direct this lightning bolt of energy that's coming? What advice does Spirit and the Creator have for us on where we can direct it for the most beneficial experience and most in alignment of who we want to be and where we want to go? So we're going to go ahead and jump right into your reading right now. All right, all my Virgos, this is your reading for the full moon in Aries. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about overall around this 3-week period around the full moon in Aries. And any kind of advice or guidance around where you can, direct this amazing lightning bolt of energy of this full moon. So, Creator, for our Virgos, what do you want them to know about the overall? Okay, right off, there we go. And you have the sea turtle, which is protection. It says, you are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. That is awesome. So definitely feel like this energy focusing in on the gratitude, right? Just knowing that you are protected, knowing that you have everything. Celebrating your awareness of your, like it talked about, your master of finding life's flow, celebrating that regardless of what comes, you can guide and, swim. And I kind of have that, it almost looks like it even to, the Finding Nemo, right? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So that is hilarious. And then let me also see what other energy comes with this card here. Of course, Dory, for me, stole the show. So, oh yeah, here you go. Inner joy. I'm sorry. You do want that as well, but that's the sea otter, not the sea turtle. But yeah, definitely have joy, evidently, is also a side note here, which is about being happy. But it's success, contentment, achievement, perseverance, protection, survival, longevity, good luck, heightened senses, patience, enjoy life. The sea turtle is the medicine for success in all ventures if we create the will to persevere. Again, with the turtle, slow but sure wins the race, or if at first you don't succeed, try again, are just some of the turtle's mottos. Turtles carry their protection and home with them. They teach us to be self-reliant and grow a thick shell for ultimate survival. Sea turtle people love the water and will travel to the most beautiful beaches in the world. They follow their own guidance to take them to their best outcome. They do not need a lot to be happy and can teach you the art of being at home wherever you happen to be. Contentment is another word for turtle medicine. It is the product of patience combined with a lack of worry. Turtles are not afraid to be alone. They know how to let things go. They do not regret, have no need to impress, and never complain. Turtle asks you to acknowledge your best environment, and if you find yourself out of your element, look for better land or seascape. If turtle is your totem, you will understand the art of happy living because you know what to take with you and what to leave behind. You will live a long, contented life if you follow the guidance of your totem to go with the flow and never give up. Keep swimming, right? And these do have like 4 questions or statements that you can contemplate during this 3-week period, whichever resonate with you, or if they don't. The first one is, do you feel the need to draw into your shell? Number 2, have you found yourself out of your best element? Number 3 is, do you need more patience with yourself and others? And it says, number 4, if you are feeling out of your element, head for water, which is beautiful. And the water element, of course, is our emotions, the cups, right? But we'll dig more in here as well. I'm going to pull from 2 decks. The first one is the Naked Heart Tarot. And what we're going to do is pull 3 stacks. One is going to be the week before the full moon. One is going to be for the week after the full moon, and then 2 weeks after the full moon. And that's right before the next new moon. And one more time. All right, creator. So for our Virgos for the week before the full moon, what else do you want them to know, please? Okay. What about this week after the full moon? Okay. And what about the second week after the full moon? Okay. And then we're also pulling from the Wild Unknown Tarot as well. And we'll pull a card for each of these 3 weeks. All right, so for the week before the full moon, nope. Okay, that one. And the week after the full moon, it's that one. And then the second week after the full moon. Okay, and that one. Get 2 for that final week there. All right, so for the week before the full moon, you got the 9 of Wands. And I laugh because this is the perseverance card, which this was all about persevering. You know, we sometimes will feel like we've been on this journey that we've been on for a while, and we've taken on so much energy. You know, wands are the fire energy, the fire element, and also for me represents spirit. So it could be been taking on a lot of different energies as you've been going on, but it also can feel like blocked energy, like you're just tired, you're about ready to give up, which is good, you know, because excuse me, it means that you're ready to let go of things. And a beautiful awareness that comes with this anyway is that, you know, one, you're so close to a transition. Just hang on, literally hang on like a monkey, and don't let go. You're almost to the end of this part of your, you know, cycle or your journey, and you're about to start a new one. So just keep going, because you're just so close. And that's what the perseverance is about. But it's also, they usually, I'm not sure if in this one, if he's holding, yeah, he's kind of holding on to one of the wands. I think he's actually holding on to a couple, but usually it's the Ace of Wands is what you're holding on to. And you have this spark, you have this ability to like take away one of the wands, and the rest of the blockage falls apart. And so it's about grabbing hold of your power. And then definitely when we're asking, where can you direct this lightning bolt of energy? It's like whatever you're feeling you need perseverance in, that you feel you're about to give up in, focusing on that, because that will help you. It's like that second wind you get in a marathon, and you're almost to the finish line, and then you get this burst, and you can run to the finish line. So that's what I feel from that there. Let's see what else here. And they got the Son of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, and so this is out of the 4 knights that are in a deck, this is the more slower moving one. It's not quick. It's not, you know, jumping in like fools rush in. It's about knowing that there's seasons for everything, and things unfold as designed. You know, you plant things in spring and they grow during the summer, and then autumn is when you bear fruit, and leaves start to fall and things start to wither, and then winter is when things just go into hibernation. The snow falls, it starts breaking down all those leaves and all that fruit that fell to the ground that wasn't eaten and used, and it all dissolves and causes nutrients to go into the ground for spring, have this beautiful nutritious soil for new seeds to be planted. And so this definitely brings this message of going with the flow of the cycles in nature, persevering, not resisting, just keep going, step by step, just next step, the next step, what's going on, you know, and allowing things to grow and open up in that way. So that's definitely, you know, there, and kind of feel like, you know, here's a fiery full moon up here too. So, you know, for me, that's jumping out as this Aries full moon. It's just use your little antennas, your little horns there to trust and communicate, with the other side as well. Use this beautiful energy. And Aries too is like new beginnings, because you've reached the end of Pisces full moon and you're moving into this Aries full moon, like I talked about in the introduction. So there is the cycles, that other message here about the seasons, right? There's an end of a season, a beginning of a new. Just hold on, you're almost at the end of this season. So, and then you move into the week after the full moon, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And this is beautiful because this is also about cycles and things moving and changing. Everything is always moving, but there's this beautiful message that comes with the Wheel of Fortune. And what it is that before we come down here to this planet, our soul has like this, meeting with the creator and spirit and all our support team and all the human beings that we're going to be hanging around and interacting with during our lifetime. And we all meet, and you decide that this is when you're going to come down into this game of life, and this is when you're going to leave this game of life, and you choose the avatar that you're going to have, and you fully know in advance what strengths you have, what opportunities or weaknesses, what weapons, whatever, all those things you select when you select an avatar at the beginning. And then you also have all these fated events and circumstances that you're going to have throughout all your life, and you plan and all these things. And all these fated things are going to happen. No matter what you do, there's going to be these things that unfold because these are the things you want to experience. It's like choosing your classes for school or college, right? You are choosing what you want to experience, what classrooms you're going to go in. But in that example, your avatar, your human side, still gets to choose what it does in each one of those classes. So it's going to choose what story it's going to tell itself about that class, how much it's going to learn in that class, and it also chooses what emotions it's going to experience in each one of those situations. Is it going to choose an extreme emotion of fear, or an extreme emotion of unconditional love, or something in between? So the free will still kicks in, because then it determines how we maneuver and what we interpret everything as being, because that is our core. So this Wheel of Fortune tells you this message of, everything in life happens for you. It's not happening to you. And it allows you to switch from this feeling like you're on this out of control drama train that's going to jump the tracks and go flying off, into this, off the cliffs and blow up, like this big dramatic movie scene, right? Instead, you see it as this monorail experience. It's a very calm, quiet, fast moving sometimes, train system that's on a track that it cannot go flying off of. And it has these perfect stops that it comes to. The doors open, you experience, you go back in, and it continues on. It's that very different feel to it. And so this, definitely fits into what we're talking about persevering. It's like this awareness that you can have that life happens for you. And so it allows you to keep on keeping on and keep going with the flow of life, keep on going, and persevering, knowing that whatever unfolds in the next moment, you get to decide what it means. Whatever story you put to it, whatever emotion you choose, and there's no wrong choice, because regardless, you're going to have fated events. Things are going to move on to the next. The Tower is kind of related to this too, and the Tower even takes it a little further in this story, because the Tower moment happens when there's something in our fated moments that we've had in our life for a reason, on purpose, all the way up to this point. But if this remains in our life, whether it's a relationship of any kind, whether it's romantic or friend or family or whatever, even pet, our beautiful fur babies and feather babies, if that remains in our life, we won't be able to experience these other things we wanted, so this will be removed. And when I talked about using your antennas to communicate to the other side, if you can get into that quiet place and be at that vibration level of spirit, which is unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. If you can be at that, then you're hearing clearly, and you can actually hear the countdown that's coming to the removal of the tower, which is like is a lightning bolt experience, where if at 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, we don't choose to leap from the tower, which is removing that from our life, then we'll get to experience being blasted out of the tower and having it removed for us. But it's still not happening to us. It's being removed for us to experience all these other things that we wanted to experience, right? So it's a beautiful message, just this beautiful awareness that comes from all that the week after the full moon. And then, you have the Five of Wands, which can represent these feelings like you feel like you're in conflict, you feel like you're, and wands are energy, which here's the wand. So, it can be this feeling like you're being challenged, these feelings like opposition. But usually they'll show like 5 people fighting with the wands. I always get this picture because I love, Kung Fu Chinese and Japanese movies where they're battling. And so my mind always goes back to like these monasteries where the monks are training, and they're not battling each other. They're just having these things happen for them to grow. And so it's like this awareness also changes with this, that you realize you're not at war, you're just training and growing your skills. So, it's this different of awareness. And again, that switches with this, life happening to you, that it's happening for you. It's like this person is attacking me with their, this wand staff. It's like, no, they're not attacking you to hurt you. They're attacking you to help train you. And so that's the difference with that there. So beautiful awareness the second week, and it just transforms those beliefs in that viewpoint that you're having. And then you go to the second week after the full moon, and you have the Heart of Pentacles, which would be the Queen of Pentacles in the normal decks. And this is Mother Nature. This is Mother Nurture. She's definitely divine feminine, reminds me of the Empress. So it is about creativity. It is about the understanding what your worth is, because she's toward the end of the deck. Of course, there's only the King of Pentacles that is further along in that path of Pentacles than she is. But because she is divine feminine, she's also bringing in the emotional piece of feeling full and whole and complete, because Pentacles are about your worth, about your abundance, about the external world and how you perceive it. And she's learned that, you got to bring your emotion into it, because things just don't bring you that, because, and I think I just mentioned this in the Leo reading, was that the Queen of Pentacles shows you that, there's billionaires who didn't feel emotionally fulfilled and emotionally full. And so even though they had billions of dollars, they ended their life because they just couldn't take it anymore, this barren feeling. So she does have this beautiful awareness that abundance of the heart is so much is so important in our life journey, and especially when it's coming around to our worth. And it is about abundance. It is about, usually she'll have like a rabbit, I think, on her card, where it's about rapid, rebirths and births. And so it can also represent, like the Empress, a rebirth of yourself or a rebirth of different things happening in your life. Yeah, there you go. And you have the Three of Swords. This is the expectations card, is what I call it. Swords are your mindsets, your beliefs, your thoughts, your attitudes, your expectations. And so also, usually it's a heart that the swords are being, sliced through. But this is also, because it's a 3, which is also the Empress, which is very synchronistic in what we were talking about. It's about birth of, it's like death and rebirth of your expectations. You realize the pain that you've been feeling has been your thoughts and your beliefs about a situation, right? And you understand, like with what you've been going through here with this revelations about life happening for you and not to you, this is the feeling life of happening to you. And so you transform that. Let's see what this is here. Yeah, because then you have the 9 of Pentacles. And so this is, usually it shows like a female dressed to the nines with a very fancy bird in her own garden by herself, which comes down to being self-sufficient, which kind of came down to this card, what I was talking here too, is that you're no longer looking outside of yourself where you've been taught to expect your abundance and your love and your definition, because all those things have left you feeling disappointed enough where you're finally just sick and tired of being sick and tired of all that, trying to live up to everyone's expectations, trying to define yourself by those. And it's about like this, Heart of Pentacles, the Mother of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, showing you that you find your worth from within, not from without, from outside of yourself. And so this beautiful, bloody, painful, piercing disappointment from expectations gets transformed into this beautiful secret garden where you find self-sufficiency within yourself, and that love within yourself. So I am loving this. It's all definitely about this turtle, about this protection, feeling protected, finding your home within yourself, always carrying your home in your heart. Like they say, home is where your heart is. So here's the heart. This instead of this heart. Usually this has a huge heart, like I said, with the 3 through it, but the heart that we focus on is this Heart of Pentacles, But I love this. I don't think I have anything else. Nope. They said that is it. So I'm going to leave it at that, and just know as you're going throughout this 3-week beautiful Aries full moon that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. Have an amazing adventure, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. You take care.